Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Good evening, Facebook Live family. We are here. Welcome to the Bo and Joe Show. And as you can see, our TB12 #1 fan of Tom Brady is not here. She is on the injured reserve list. And guess who's filling in? Our main man from the Ohio State, G3, is filling in. Hey, Chris, just a friendly reminder, send those notifications out. G, how you doing?
Mr. 4-0 is doing just fine.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew it. Hey, Chris, keep us updated on who chimes in to watch so we can say our hellos.
I will.
So, G, welcome to the show. As usual, you are our recurring guest. You've got some exciting news to share. Tonight was your first night, so go ahead. I don't want to steal your thunder. The floor is yours, my man.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, when you got Bodie and Sanders backing you up, you know, the over my shoulder here, the Perfect 10, we turned around and we aired our first episode on WOBL radio locally here in Ohio. So that was very exciting. He asked if they wanted to put podcasts on the actual radio, and tonight was our first episode that we got to do that. And we did top 10 cereals, and myself, Clint, Adam, and Gail, we had an absolute blast doing it. And to have it, you know, it was kind of weird. It's like to listen to ourselves on the radio. It's like, God, this is really strange. But we also simulcasted the show at the same time on Facebook Live tonight as well. So those who weren't tuning in, or if they were tuned in through the radio and then they got home and happened to look through Facebook, they could turn around and keep up, you know. So that was a lot of fun. So
it was a great show.
It was a really neat idea to turn around and do that, so that way the show kind of kept rolling. And you know, I mean, we're sitting there, actually we were interactive in the chat. As you know, you happen to pop in, and a few of our friends who had never actually even, I don't even think, had watched through the show before and just noticed we were on live, caught it and were like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I mean, it wasn't too bad at all. I happened to take a sneak peek just for the heck of it and had almost 100 people already hit it. So that was really cool.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was not too bad whatsoever. And I mean, the replays, you know, for folks who will catch up with it later on as they check my page and will watch and listen, because they'll wonder why we were on a Wednesday, because we're usually on Sunday nights between 9 and 10 when the kids are in bed and they're just scrolling through their Facebook and they can listen to us, you know, gab. And it's a top 10 list show. And, you know, we all were joking about our top 10 favorite cereals, and you never know what our next topic's going to be. So, you know, and that's what makes it fun, is you tune in. We don't do politics or religion. We keep it lighthearted. We're all about the fun stuff. So, you know, we have a great time doing it and truly enjoy it. And it really, hopefully it really showed that everybody who hadn't seen it before, you know, it's something totally different. It's not really been done before. And that's what we liked about it, is that it was different.
Well, it was a great show. I did pop in. I did also promote it on other social media platforms like LinkedIn and obviously Facebook. And I don't know if you have the full promotional ad. If you want to pop it up on the screen, feel free to do so. If Chris you guys can work that technology out. But it was a great
Work
show.
the technology out.
I don't know anything about that stuff, how to work the production part. You guys are the producers. So it was a great show, great topics, lighthearted. I think it's going to catch on. It's obviously it's caught on in your neck of the woods, and I think it's going to catch on and grow. And whatever help I can do, more than welcome to do. Happy to do that. But I'm looking forward to all the topics and the growth and the success of that show. So definitely congratulations. And like I say, the views based on the post that I did on LinkedIn had 190 folks that checked out the ad. So
Wow.
Nothing but onward and upward for you, brother. Nothing but onward and upward. So that's good.
Well, thanks. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. I'm sure we'll eventually find out kind of what the radio numbers were. I don't know exactly how that works.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Just pretty much in knowing that, okay, this is, something that's really neat, and that we can turn around and just help somebody's day even go by, and just forget about everything for an hour and just enjoy it, and come up and think about your own favorite things, just like ours was the cereals for this week.
Well, it's a great time slot, G, because it's 6:30 to 7:30. So that's, a lot of folks are sitting in traffic or working their way home at that time. So they may not be necessarily in the mood to listen to their traditional music that they love on their drive home, because sometimes that can get boring. But they pick up, your show during that drive time, and boom. So I think it's a great time slot. It's a great time slot.
Yeah, the 6:30. It also it was really cool that we're into that area too, because I mean it'd be we can work our way up a little bit sooner. I know we really catch a lot of the drive time folks headed home, but I mean seriously, 6:30 is even still people just relaxing at home. It's kind of roughly post dinner time almost, and if they happen to be everybody's always flipping through their phones or their laptops or their tablets, they can come across it, and it's just a lot of fun, and it'll play while you're still scrolling through the rest of your Facebook.
Oh, I think you capture the audience that are in the car and those are at home. No question, no doubt about it. So there are multiple ways for people to check out your program. So again, I think it's going to be fine. It's going nothing but growth. Crispy Bacon, anybody tuning into us already?
So far, no.
Nobody yet? Uh-oh.
We got one watching, but I'm not sure who it is. But
okay. So let's jump right into it. Yes, you started with your record last weekend, playoff weekend. You know what? I want to do this because I don't want to forget. And if I do it twice, then that makes me twice as nice. But I want to send a shout out and my condolences. Rest in peace. Sorry for your loss. Very, very close, longtime friend of the family. One of my sister's best friends. She's really like a sister to me. Brenda, older brother passed away. And so her family, the Campbell family's in my thoughts. So, it's one of those things where, the older we get, the closer we get to, having these personal, up close tragedies and unfortunate loss of life. and people moving on and passing on. So it's I'm butchering it. It's uncomfortable, but Brenda, I love, Brenda's again, she's like a sister to me. Love you, Brenda, and the Campbell family. Again, sorry for their loss. And she's strong. She'll hang in there. She's a good person. So just want to put that out there before I forget. So let's jump right into the NFL. I can't believe you went undefeated. How did that happen? Crispy Bacon, how did that happen?
I'm not sure.
And I'm
It could go
perfect.
either way.
I am perfect through the whole playoff so far.
Oh, Lord, I can't believe I even let him open that up like that.
I am perfect through the whole playoff so far. Do you know what the odds are picking? And
listen,
I did not do this stupid Ohio betting, and I should have.
Listen, you and I were perfect last week. Now you're perfect this week, so you're 2 ahead of me. This weekend, don't mess up. Don't slip up.
Oh, there's going to be no slip ups.
So let's talk about the games. The first game was my hometown, Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval County, Duval in the house. They did a great job. They should not. I mean, it's a great season, right? When you compare it to last year, winning 1, 2, or 3 games with Urban Meyer.
I think 3. Right.
So, what a great year. They've got a bright future ahead of them. And they showed themselves well. They gave Kansas City, I would say, a small scare. Because, I picked Kansas City to win the game because I knew they had a better team, a more seasoned team, veteran club. And Jags are just starting off with their second-year quarterback. So you're going to have those. And you can see it during the game. Those little bit of those mistakes, those baby mistakes in the playoff are bigger in the playoffs. So, but it was a good game. What do you think?
There were good games.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing that, Jacksonville, even, the first time down with that 4 minutes left, Jacksonville's driving and Lawrence throws it and the receiver just fumbles it and it gets kind of ripped and picked. So, that game could have went either way. I mean, it is no joke. Jacksonville literally, I think, took the page from Cincinnati and watched what Cincinnati did and said, hello, we can turn around and do this too. And that's the scary part, is that somebody's got the playbook on Kansas City's offense and somebody should be really worried.
Well, listen, again, we've talked about the conferences. Chris, what did you think?
Yeah. No, both games all the games were really good. That Eagle game, though, I mean, Eagles were really good. I thought Giants had a chance, but they didn't look like they did. So it's going to be interesting to see what Championship Sunday is going to be like.
Well, I don't know if you could see this. I just got a text from my twin saying that she was on and my dad's on. Do you see any of the?
Yeah.
Any of who's on there? Who's logged in?
I'll pull it up.
That's the twin. That's Pops.
Mr. Sanders.
Yep.
Yeah. The Jags lost. We were just talking about the Jags. Yeah. So, but listen, they got a great coach.
A much more competitive game than people gave them credit for.
Well, listen.
Let's put it that way.
Well, listen, the Chiefs
were favored by 8.5 Guess who didn't cover the spread?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, we know Doug Peterson's a good coach because he won a Super Bowl here in Philadelphia. We know they've got a up-and-coming quarterback who was outstanding in college, won a championship as a freshman, if I'm not mistaken. Right? The national title as a freshman or a redshirt freshman.
And we scoffed at Jacksonville for overpaying for Christian Kirk and Zay Jones. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, who's laughing now? You went from a 1-win team to making it into the playoffs and winning in the first round. That's one heck of a turnaround to me.
Right. Oh, I just got a notification. My sister Tina is on on watching. Oh, there she is. 2 weeks in a row. Uh-oh.
That's right.
2 weeks in a row. What is she saying? I don't have my glasses. Oh, hell, y'all.
She said, I'd like to just say the 49ers won, and guess what? There will be 3.
Listen,
3.
We'll get to next week's games, this coming weekend's games. Let's finish up with the Jags and Duval and how they showed themselves really well against the Kansas City, because I'm telling you, I'm being realistic here. I'm going to be the mature, realistic, not the Monday morning quarterback.
And your sisters are saying there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, I bet. If Patrick Mahomes did not hurt that ankle, they would have won by 2 touchdowns, without a doubt. No question, without a doubt. But again, that's just me being honest. The bottom line is Jacksonville's got a good defense, a good offense, a good coach, a good coaching staff, because that coaching staff did a great job. So it's just a matter of, if the owner wants to win a Super Bowl, it's now up to the owner and the front office to give that football operations everything they need to continue to win. Would you agree with that?
They need to get another running back. You traded away James Robinson. It's like you need another running back. Look, ETN's a good one punch. You got to work on that backup. Get that one too.
You got to have 2.
Yep.
It's just like you have to have a good backup quarterback, because what happens when Patrick Mahomes went down? Guy came in, drove him down the field, got a touchdown. That's all you need a backup quarterback to do, is to come in, not miss a beat, not try to do too much, and keep the ball rolling and moving.
Just like Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Listen, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So kudos to my Jackson. Where would I put my hat? Kudos to the Jags. Duval, kudos. And now it's on to the next game that came on. And this is when I started to get really sick. By the way, I was down for the count for a couple of days. You still might be able to hear it in my voice. But I had to watch, obviously, the Giants-Eagles game. And, man, we basically mopped them up and down.
Yeah.
They shouldn't, as I said, they should not have gotten on the bus to drive down I-95 to the vet, because it was a waste of time.
It was.
I mean, really, waste of time. Our quarterback, they didn't even hit our quarterback hard enough for us to be concerned about his shoulder, right? So, what'd you think? What'd you guys think?
It was easy enough to just skip it, because I was at the Cavs game.
That's correct. That is correct. You were at the Cavs game against Milwaukee.
Whoop on Milwaukee.
Yep. So we know the Eagles are ready. We know the defense is ready. Everybody's got injuries. No one at this moment is 100%. So that's an excuse. No one should use it. And so we're moving on. So the next game, which was on Sunday, Was the what? Cincinnati versus the Bills.
Buffalo, yeah.
Chris, what'd you think? You go first.
I was hoping Buffalo would take that. I think I picked Buffalo, but it was a snow game. Buffalo didn't look all that good. Cincinnati looks like a tough team, but they're gonna have to go through Kansas City next week, and we'll see if Burrow can beat the Chiefs again.
Well, I got to tell you, that kid is Joe Cool. He's got the perfect name. I mean, how lucky or what a coincidence. But that kid he's Joe Montana and Joe Namath rolled into one. The kid can absolutely play.
I wonder what Namath thinks about that. You know, everybody calling him Joe Cool, and he's like, I would call
listen, it's a compliment, right? I hope Joe Namath takes it that way, right? There's nothing like passing down the torch. So, and I actually only saw highlights of that game because I was so sick that I dumped a half a bottle of NyQuil in my tea and drank it. I was just sick as, you know. So I was in bed. I was, literally dreaming that I was watching a football game. So I had to, when I eventually woke up, I saw the next game clearly, but that 3.5 hours, literally, I was out like a light. So I watched the highlights, but the highlights showed that Cincinnati is a very good football team on both ends of the field.
And Damar Hamlin showed up too.
Yep. I mean, it's still a great story, although the team lost. To have him in the stadium, it's a good ending in terms of he's healthy, because that's what's really matters, right? We put the game in proper perspective. So, but you're Ohio. You've got an Ohio team in the championship game. How do you feel about that?
We're used to it.
Oh, stop it.
Keep setting them up there, Bodine. I'll knock them down like bowling pins.
Oh, well, that's it. Hey, Crispy Bacon, you know how I feel about the top 5 states for football, right? Let's go. Number 1, Florida. Number 2, Texas. Number 3, California. Number 4, Pennsylvania. And number 5, Ohio. So
you still have to put them in there.
And it changes every time I say it, by the way. But go ahead. Time's yours.
Oh, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. I mean, Cincinnati proved they can whoop Mahomes, and it's going to be no issue.
It should be an exciting game, regardless of how injured Mahomes is. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
And it's in Kansas City, right?
Yeah, it's in Kansas City.
Yeah, the only way that it was going to be that neutral site thing was if it was Kansas City and Buffalo.
Oh, listen, you thought I didn't notice the backdrop. Did you see the backdrop, Crispy Bacon? He changed the backdrop to San Francisco. He thought, what do you think? I didn't notice that?
Hey, it's on a run, man. What can I say? It's on a program.
Are any of our guests making any additional comments that are being posted?
You got ones. G3 has jokes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, twin. Yeah, baby. What is that? He sure did. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got the Sanders and Tour clan and the Lovett clan. Yeah, baby, they got my back. So, anything else, guys, on the Bills, Cincinnati?
Buffalo needs a running back. I'll say it.
No.
Running back.
No. Don't they have Moss?
Buffalo needs a running back.
You mean they need an additional running back?
They
And
need a
he's-
running back.
He's
No, they need to drop the one they got and get another one. It sounds like.
but no, isn't he the brother of the kid from Minnesota? They're not related?
No. Nope.
No,
Okay.
that was Diggs. I think it was Stephon Diggs is related.
Well, I know Stephon I know Stephon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills receiver, is related to the cornerback for the Cowboys, but I thought the running back Moss was related to the
No.
Moss of the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, no problem. Well, Buffalo's going to still be around. I mean, let's talk about this for a second.
But they do need a running game. They need a running back. Singletary and Moss are not the answers.
Yeah, you can't have your quarterback. You can't have your quarterback being
You can't have him being the runner.
having the
You-
most yards.
They
from scrimmage.
rushed 11 times. You can't rush 11 times and expect to win a ball game. It's just
Not
not
in the play-
gonna happen.
not in the playoffs.
Ever.
Well,
You
Kansas
have to use the run.
Kansas City has proven that wrong in the past, right?
Well, when you've only got two receivers versus 4 receivers and a
I
tight
got you.
end,
Right.
I mean,
No.
that's a big
Yeah.
difference.
The only reason
Okay.
why Kansas City disputed that was because you got Mahomes, who can also run.
Yeah, correct.
But Kansas City did turn around and go get Jerick McKinnon. So,
They did.
Very nice addition.
They did.
It's a
They did.
very nice addition. Buffalo has no running game. They have not had a good running back at all.
And you know what that's going to do? You're going to get your quarterback hurt.
Right. Well, and unfortunately, the 2 teams that were after Christian McCaffrey were Buffalo and San Francisco. And one just happened to make a bigger offer than the other. And
Well-
guess what? One team is still going and the other one's not.
Oh, I mean, there's just no question. You could see the new life put into that offense, into the running back McCaffrey. I mean, he's just rejuvenated. I mean, I hadn't seen that guy hit a hole like that since his second and third year.
Right. And Elijah Mitchell coming right back. It's like, wow, that's a nice combination for that running back committee. And nobody is being selfish about it. McCaffrey said, let him get his touches in. It's like, hey, we both can turn around and do this. Why not? The goal is the same. Get to the ring.
Well, I would like to know why my oldest sister is a 49ers fan. That's what's funny. What is she saying? Why? I don't know how she became a 49ers fan. Let me know if she's making any comments on that, because I'm gonna have to have a private conversation with her.
Well, let's talk about how bad those Cowboys. I mean, how rough that game was.
Listen,
It was
It was
horrible.
ugly.
listen. I was a Cowboys fan as a young man and as a kid. I am an Eagles fan. So I stopped being a Cowboys fan 22 years ago, before my daughter was born. So publicly, I will never root for the Cowboys. I'll leave it at that.
Just privately.
Well, listen, I'm not going to toss away the memories I had as a youth, right? So privately, if they're playing against the Eagles, no, it's Eagles, no question. But if it's Dallas versus I don't know, San Diego, oh, okay, I'm gonna throw my weight towards the Cowboys. Just being honest, because I have no ties to San Diego, right?
I stick with it. I have the Browns by birthright. I have this team by choice, and I stick with this team through the thick and the thin, through the Trey Lance garbage, the Garoppolo gaffes, and now I get to enjoy the Brock Purdy praises.
Well, listen, that kid. Let's jump into it. He impressed me because Dallas. They didn't send the house. I don't think they sent the house, meaning they
Vander
didn't
Esch
blitz.
was-
They didn't blitz him every play, but they blitzed. But he
Mhm.
handled it well.
Mhm.
He
He did.
handled it absolutely well. And so for was it 7th game starting to
Eighth.
Yeah.
outplay Dak, who's making not that
Mhm.
money matters, but in this case it does. Dak is 29 years old. He's been a starter for what, 4 or 5 years?
7 years.
What
He's been
in
in
the
charge since 2016.
what in the world is going on here?
Ask
So
Jerry.
Yeah. Well, if we can talk to him.
well, we were talking about it backstage before you logged on, that the reason why the Cowboys is not going to win a championship is because of Jerry Jones. I said it last year and I said it at the beginning of this year. He's got his hands in everything. He's got to be the first person to get interviewed after a game. Come on,
Yep.
dude, stop it.
Well, they said it's been 27 years since their last championship.
And it's all because of him. Until he lets it go, until he lets those rings go, right? Let that rope go. He's riding that horse. He's jumping on that bull, Dude, let the rings go. Get off the horse, get off the bull, get off the cow. Go sit on your porch and retire.
Well,
So
I'm going to be honest. The Tony Pollard injury definitely did not.
that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Absolutely.
Because Tony Pollard is your running game, not Zeke Elliott.
He's not only a running game, he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Right.
Well,
Do you
now
remember
both guys might be out.
And Zeke's not the answer.
No.
He did the first pass he was thrown. Dak threw the ball to Zeke. What did he do? Dropped it. Come on, you're in the flat, right?
And
You're
the
supposed to make that catch.
And the sad thing is when he was at Ohio State, he had no problems whatsoever.
He wasn't focused.
That's why we're scratching our heads going, wait a minute, what happened from going from Ohio State to going to Dallas? What happened to you?
He's in Texas, man. They partied too much in Texas. Crispy Bacon knows about that.
Yeah.
You can find a party on every corner in that state.
Probably, yeah. But
Party.
no, Pollard might be out too. He's a free agent.
Pollard's got the injury is actually very severe. It's a broken leg, is it not?
I think so.
Yeah, but he'll recover.
At first, everybody thought it was just the ankle. It's his whole leg.
I think he'll recover. But the question is he going to want to return, or is somebody going to see him as valuable to their program and go after him?
Well, we don't
Dallas-
have stats here to help us with the numbers, but I'm sure Dallas is out of moolah.
Yeah, we're low on cap, and they're thinking about restructuring Zeke and that contract.
Yeah, and when you have to do that, that means you ain't winning, because that means you can't bring anybody high powered in. So
And we have 18 free agents.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all got. I'm sorry, Crispy Bacon. Y'all got
yeah.
problems. Y'all
We
got
do.
problems.
Ooh.
Y'all got problems. Them steaks are going to be getting lean in Texas.
That's a lot of free agents.
Yeah, they got problems. They got problems. What's our fan base saying? Okay, what's Tina saying? She goes out. She did. She just left
Oh my
Texas.
gosh.
That's
and that's
true.
what I was-
She did leave Texas.
That's right. It's one of those free agents.
The Cowboys versus anyone. I'm going with anyone.
Chris.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude.
What's going on?
What happened?
What happened? You said
Chris,
you
I
found
just
something?
sent you up there. Hit the share
Oh.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hit your share screen.
I did.
Look at those free agents.
I know.
Now, the kicker, I don't think is going to be much of a problem.
No.
But wow, that is a lot on both sides of this football.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
a lot.
I think Dallas is going to be bringing up the rear in the East Division next year. I think it's going to be the Eagles, Giants, Washington, and then Dallas. Because if they have that many free agents, they're going to have problems.
I think that's the most.
Specifically, look at that. That's linebacker depth and cornerback depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have problems.
Wow.
And I think that's the most free agents of any team, it looked like.
They have problems. Mm-mm-mm.
That is not good.
And then I saw before we came on that the linebackers coach and defensive end coach, their contracts were up and they won't be returning.
Wow.
Oh. So
So-
wow, it gets worse.
People getting out of Dodge, huh?
I guess so.
Well,
And you got Quinn interviewing.
right. Quinn is interviewing, and so is Kellen Moore. And
I'm okay with Kellen Moore.
well,
People get-
remember Kellen Moore is one of the big reasons why Dak was doing so well. So
Well-
I don't know about losing Kellen Moore. I'd be very concerned.
Well, that year Dak started, it was Romo hurt in the preseason. Kellen Moore was the second string backup. He was hurt.
Yep. And that's how Dak got the job.
Yep.
I remember that. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Kellen Moore is also one of the most highly decorated college quarterbacks in history.
Yeah, he was a good
So
college
if
quarterback.
it wasn't for his injury in the pros, I think he would have been a very solid quarterback.
Yeah.
Again, it all depends on the system. And
Yeah.
shoot, Dak just became a better quarterback because of it.
He just needs to play a little better. That's all.
Well, let's go over these picks from last week so we can pick who's coming this weekend. So let's see. Obviously G1 went 4-0. My twin picked Jags, and I didn't pick the Jags. I picked Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, who's not here tonight, picked the Jags. So, and then the second game, everybody was on the Eagles except Crispy Bacon. I can't believe he picked the Giants. What were you thinking?
I was hoping the Giants would win so we could.
What were you thinking, young man? I can't believe you.
I had a feeling the Eagles would win, but I'm hopeful the Giants would probably.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. And then the Cincinnati Bills game, Justin, Crispy Bacon, and G picked Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, and I think my twin, I don't know because I don't see them written down here. I think everybody else picked the Bills, but I'm not sure. And then the Cowboys, Crispy Bacon, me, my twin, and then the 49ers was G, Joe, Justin, and Tina. So that's who won and lost last week. At this moment, let's do our picks. There's 2 games this Sunday.
Yep.
Who we got?
It's basically, who do you want in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yep. So let me turn this paper over. Who's the first game? I don't have my
The Eagles are.
the Eagles is at 3.
Yeah.
So Eagles versus 49ers. I got the Eagles. I know Tina's got the 49ers.
I got the Eagles.
You got the Eagles?
Yeah.
G? Oh, I forgot 49ers. Twin, who you got?
Let's see.
And who's my dad picking if he's still on?
No one's commenting their picks right now. But
Okay, maybe they chimed off. Can you see those picks? Those people chiming, my family chiming in too, G? No, or only Chris can see them.
I think you
I
can.
think just Chris.
Okay. All right. So until they chime in, the 6:30 game is KC and Cincy. I'm going KC. G's going Cincinnati. Who you got, Crispy Bacon?
I'm going
Dang.
Kansas City.
You
Huh?
going Kansas City
said-
as well?
Tina said Cowboys versus anyone. I'm going with anyone.
She did say that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Love that. Ah, love it.
Sands going KC.
Mm-hmm.
My twins going KC. What did she say? I can't do that.
Looking up Eagle stats.
She's looking up the
Wow.
Eagles stats. That's funny. Is she picking the Eagles or not?
I'm thinking so, but
Oh, no. She's picking the 49ers. She's a 49ers
The
fan.
49ers.
Yeah, she's been funny. All right. All right. So I think
They're
that's
both going
it.
to be close. They're going to both be close games.
Yeah.
There's no runaways here. This is the meat and potatoes everybody's been waiting for all season, and it's finally here.
Mahomes
Yep.
looked. I mean, he had a sprained foot or ankle, but he looks pretty healthy.
Well,
Yeah.
put it this way. I heard the press conference, news on the press conference that Andy Reid said that everybody's healthy. And who's my dad picking? The Eagles?
Yep.
All right. Who's he picking? I bet she's picking. I remember he likes Mahomes, so he's picking Mahomes. I know he's picking Mahomes. We've had those conversations. So
Very interesting. The Broncos have not requested the second interview for Sean Payton.
I've heard that today that there's no really good spot for him.
See,
Saints-
I thought that Denver would be a good spot because he could fix Russell Wilson's little issue.
I'm thinking that team's gonna get Quinn. You had Quinn with Russell Wilson when they were in Seattle. That's probably gonna be the fit.
you think? I think you need an offensive coordinator with him. Quinn's a
Mhm.
defensive guy.
Yeah.
Unless Quinn brings an offensive guy who he gives the power to run the offense, that's a different story.
Which could be Kellen Moore.
I was thinking the same thing.
You get Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore goes from being quarterback's assistant or quarterback's
To
and assistant coach right to
The
offensive
offensive coordinator. Okay, that might make sense.
Well, Kellen Moore's already
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
In the scarier version of this,
Uh-oh.
Ken Dorsey is the head coach, Kellen Moore is offensive coordinator. Sorry, Josh Allen. You were good. Woo. That would be a very scary 1-2 punch right there.
It would.
Putting those two geniuses together. It's just like Doug Peterson and Frank Reich. Look what they did with Philly. I mean,
I'm telling you.
You get two former quarterback guys like that, and all of a sudden, it's NFL is America's playground for you.
Oh, no question.
That would be very interesting.
It would have been interesting if Jacksonville and Philadelphia met in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You would have,
Guess what? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
On Bryce's video game.
now Madden it might happen. But
On Madden.
Well, listen, we got 1 minute to wrap this up. No need to drag this out to 10 o'clock.
all right.
Any
But
final
you're
thoughts? Any final thoughts, G3? Congratulations again on your show and debuting on the radio. I look forward to all your success, and you're helping me with my upcoming projects. So go ahead. Any final thoughts, G?
Well, after after being at the Cavs game last Saturday, it was also Andy Varejao retirement night,
Oh, he
and
was a
which
good
was
player.
really cool to see him back in Cleveland.
He was a
And
good
he is
player.
actually taking an international position with the team in the front office,
Yeah, he was a good player.
it was a lot of fun to see him and a lot of the former Cavs there. I mean, I remember watching a lot of those guys, Boobie Gibson, Mark Price,
No
Carr is always
LeBron.
there. What's that?
No LeBron.
I'm sorry,
Everybody
I
forget
said alumni. I'm sorry, did I mention it's alumni? Yeah. Who? Yeah. Never heard of him.
Well, you know, I had a cousin play for those Cavaliers, Kay Felder,
Huh.
guard out of Oakland.
What year?
Oh, you got me. Saying,
Thank you.
yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, it was either just after they won the title or he was a rookie the year they won the championship.
In 2016?
He's from Detroit. You should know.
2016?
Look it up.
I was here though. I was in
Oh.
Ohio.
Kay Felder, look him up. Crispy Bacon, what's your parting shots?
Oh, it's going to be an interesting championship weekend. It's going to be a fun one. Hopefully, they're two good matchups, and I think they will be.
Well, I
Yeah,
think both.
he was put down to the Canton Charge with the Cavs. He was put on in the D League.
Yeah, but he was there for what? What was his first year?
Just that year, the 16-17.
Is that the championship year or no? What year was
No.
the championship before
It
that?
would have been the
18,
15-16.
19.
It'd have been the 15-16 year.
Okay. Yeah. No, but he did play for him. He didn't just play for the D League. He played for the team. He was pulled up. Yeah. He was there at least 3 years.
Nope, he was only there just that year. And he filled in back and forth, up and down, while Kyrie Irving. Well, that explains why. That
Yep.
was the whole debacle with Kyrie going back and forth, back and forth.
Yep.
So that's who that was. So, as we like to say, that's who filled in.
He got a taste. He got a taste.
And then he was sent to Chicago, and then he went to Detroit, and then in 2018, and then in 2018 also went to the Raptors.
Yeah,
and was added to the G League roster, and then now he's playing overseas in the Chinese Basketball Association.
I've never met him. His mom. I met his mom. His mom's family is from Mobile, Alabama. Like my side of the family is from Mobile, Alabama. So,
but he played 42 games as a Clevelander, 14 with Chicago and 2 with Detroit.
Yeah, he was a pretty good college player. A little tiny guy, jumps out of the building.
Jumps out of a building.
He did. He had many ESPN highlights on ESPN. Little tiny guy.
Huh.
All right. Well, listen. Parting shots for me. Good games. I think it's going to be Eagles versus Kansas City in the Super Bowl, which is going to be fun because of the Andy Reid Eagles connection.
Oh, that's what you're looking for.
Yep.
You're looking for payback.
Oh, that would be a good one, yeah.
You're looking for the payback, revenge. Interesting.
Nah, I think we have a really good shot with the defense that we have to shut anybody down. If we didn't have a good defense, I wouldn't have
You
confidence.
almost lost to the Colts with
That's
Jeff
right.
Saturday coaching.
Listen, that was during the season. Everybody almost lost to everybody, so it doesn't matter. So we shall see, and I wish everybody well with their picks. I'm gonna do my parting shout out to Cheney. And my parting, oh my goodness, where's my Nova stuff? I'll do this. Let's go, Nova.
I sent Chris a picture of the slide, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, I sent it over to him.
Pop that up, Chris. Real
I
quick.
saw it.
Appreciate that. Like I said, we have a lot of fun. We're on Facebook on Sunday nights, 9 to 10 as well. And, we'd like to have a good time, and we take all topics. And, if somebody's got a topic, a category that, we hadn't maybe even thought of yet, what a good top 10 list would be, we're open to it. We'll tackle it.
I think a lot of people are going to chime in with some topics that you hadn't thought about. So it's going to be it's a different kind of show. So I think it's going to do fine. Trying to pull that puppy up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting it. Here we go.
You're getting it. Uh-oh, here we go. What is that?
The spinning wheel.
It's just slow.
It's just slow. Uh-oh. There we go.
There it is.
Yep. That's a nice one.
That's the Cleveland Bridge. Going over the Cuyahoga.
That's cool.
Yeah, say that twice.
Cuyahoga, Cuyahoga.
Well, listen, congratulations. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. My dad, my sisters, anybody else tuned in that we didn't recognize names? Crispy Bacon. We're good? See anybody? All right. Well, listen, our fearless leader.
Support again. Appreciate it.
Our fearless leader is, I think she decided to call it she was absent tonight because she's still trying to convince Tom Brady to not retire. And so she's probably, stalking him somewhere.
As long as he doesn't go to San Francisco. Do not go. No, we're good.
So we will look for Joe to be back next week. And everybody have a great remaining of the week. Stay safe out there. And again, condolences to Brenda Campbell and the Campbell family for the loss of her brother. And we love you guys. Take care. Have a good one.